Hey guys, today I'll be talking about Caerleon as your go-to settlement or your go-to city. Basically, what I mean by that is that you go to this city to sell stuff, to use the marketplace, to store stuff, most of your stuff at least. You can always change that with the teleporting system, but yeah, that would be the city you spend most of your time around. But you can farm around the regions there. You can go to dungeons near there. So yep, I'll be talking about the pros of having Caerleon as your main city, and also the cons of it. So I recently moved to Caerleon and basically set it as my main base of operation. I basically operate around it. And one thing that I've noticed is that it offers definitely a lot higher rewards. I mean, as compared to the other red zones, yeah, sure, it offers the same rewards, but then because you are closer to red zones, you can save more time and you can get the same amount of loot as compared to when you were in Mudlock and you have to travel 2 maps or 2 tiles just to get to a red zone and then travel 2 tiles back to sell your loot. So I feel like that's an advantage on its own. Okay, so my next point being that the red zone is not as scary as it sounds, because basically close to no one will attack you, especially if you're wearing low tier gears, because it's not rewarding. But I don't deny the fact that there might be gankers waiting for you to come by just to squash some noobs to get themselves some thrill. But I would say that the reward is worth the risk, and yeah, you are probably not going to be disturbed, but around 90% of the time. So next up, Caerleon is a place that you can easily reach in terms of progression, because people usually think that Caerleon it's surrounded by red zones, I shouldn't be there unless I have elder gear. It's not really true. You're not gonna need elder gears for 90% of the time if you're just looking to farm and trying to grow. So you just need at least tier 4.1 gears, which are tier 4 gears with 1 enchantment. Those with specific builds for PvE and PvP, those are enough to allow you to make profit, because they cost really little to repair, and therefore they won't offset your profit that you just obtain from the dungeons or gathering at least. Alright, the next one would be the black market. It's definitely a plus because it's an additional feature. It's like another market for you to look at. From my experience, the things inside are more expensive than the normal market, regular markets. But there are others who say that it sometimes offers cheaper prices. So for me, it's definitely an advantage because you get to choose. You get to see both. It's like you have more options. You can check this market and you check black market, and then you just decide where you want to buy your items or gears from. So more options are always better. You are not limited by your choices. Finally, the last point, because red zone is surrounding Caerleon, if you ever want to have some PvP action and you just want to turn hostile and have some fun, you can just go out 1 tile and then start looking for people to hunt down. But if you're really looking for a PvP experience, I would recommend going to the black zone, and black zone is accessible from any city. Next up, we have cons. So the first point would be that it's far away from other places. I say that because you actually have to go there through traveling with your mount and your character. You have to go through maps and tiles just to reach there, because you can't teleport with your equipment on you for some reason, and therefore you cannot bring everything that you have with you except silver and fame. So it's like getting a new start if you've spent enough time in this game. If you decide to move to Caerleon, you are like basically starting anew there. So as I mentioned before, there are gankers there. The possibility of you meeting them are unlikely because most people would just mind their own business, but I put this under cons because there are always a chance there, therefore it's definitely not an advantage, it's a disadvantage. So yeah, there are risks of getting ganked when you just want to do your own thing like farm, gathering, or dungeons. So I hope this video manages to help some people out there. Again, this is my take on it. You can disagree. In fact, I could be wrong in a lot of things, but this is just from my experience. I made this video because I basically took around 2 weeks to get to where I am now, just full on playing Albion because I fell in love with the game. But when I realized that Red Zone wasn't that scary, I probably would have decided to come here earlier, and that would have shortened my the amount of time required for me to get to where I am by around 1 week, because the profit I'm gaining here is like way more compared to when I go to blue dungeons in blue or yellow zones, and those are hard, even with like high tier teammates, because it's just so easy to die, and the loot you get sometimes are just absolutely trash. So solo dungeon kind of secures your profit, and also it just basically reduces the co-op experience. But if you want progress, you are gonna have to probably work alone. So that's from me. Thank you for watching.